These are the Spidi XP3S boots. I got these about a week ago, and I've done a ride on them, so I wanted to give my initial impressions and thoughts on why I got them. And the main reason is going to be safety. You know, I rode many years without the proper equipment, and now that I'm older and I can afford it, you know, it's like I want to go back and smack my younger self for riding around with tennis shoes for years and not having the right stuff. Thankfully, nothing ever happened that, you know, I had any issues, but I know people that have had injuries and even not their fault. So, you know, I wanted this mainly for safety, and I researched quite a few boots. And I knew that I wanted a boot that was a little bit taller. And one reason was, if you ride a sport bike, you know, especially if you're not wearing boots, because of the way you bend your leg, as soon as you bend your leg, your pants go way up, and you see a shoe and then a sock and then pants, and then it looks kind of stupid. So I wanted a taller boot for that reason, and also for the reason of the shin protector. You know, supposedly foot pegs break a lot of shins on bikes. I've never had an issue, you know, where I've had an accident where it's happened to me, but this plastic piece is pretty thick, and it looks like it'd do a pretty good job in a crash of protecting your shin from the foot peg. So these were a little on the pricey side, and they were $240. I got them off Revzilla, and this is my first pair, so I wasn't sure about the fit. I got lucky. I wear a 10.5 shoe. I ordered the 45, which is the comparable size to a 10.5, and they fit, I'm gonna say, like a little loose, and they're not so much loose front to back. It's the width, and I have a very narrow foot, so that's kind of just might be me. But the peculiar thing is, when I put these boots on, they're very generous in here. I mean, you can have leathers tucked in here, whereas, you know, if you ride motocross, you know, if you tuck too much into your motocross boot and you crank it down, it's kind of annoying. It bothers you. It's not the case with these. You've got so much room in here that a pair of jeans tucked in here, plenty of room. A pair of leathers, plenty of room. So, but the fit is that you feel like, or at least to me, I feel like I could put these on and then pull them off like a pair of cowboy boots. But you can't. For some reason, the way they make the heel, it sucks your foot down and it holds it really tight in here, so that even when I undid these, and I'll show you the fasteners, you got a Velcro here, you got Velcro here, you got Velcro on the zipper, and it goes down. Even when you take these open and try and pull your foot out, it really holds your heel down in there. So, you know, like I said, the initial impression was, holy crap, I'm going to get in a crash with these, and they're going to fly off my feet. Until I tried to take them off, and I was like, you know what, these things are really on there. So I'm going to say that's a plus, because it's very comfortable being like that. You can walk in these boots, and they're not very stiff. That's the other thing. I thought these were going to be more plastic than leather, and they were going to be like very difficult to walk around in, kind of like motocross boots. These are way easier to walk around in than motocross boots are. So I guess it's a good thing that I have plenty of room. The ventilation is pretty good as well. I can see me wearing these in the summer, no problem. It's got plenty of vents. It's got vents here. They've got vents in the back, at the bottom here, up here. In fact, the day I took them out, it was 60, and I just had regular cotton socks on underneath of it, and I was like, wow, I could have put heavier socks on. My feet didn't get cold, but I was like, I could have put a pair of heavier socks on, because there's quite a bit of air that does move through. I like the fact that they've got the guard here for your ankle bone, whatever they call this. That's very nice. You also have a little bit extra here. It's a fin. I guess it's supposed to keep your, if you're going that fast, you know, keep your foot straight. I don't go that fast, so to me it looks like just an extra protector there. Up here you've got plastic, like I said, in the front, on the toe here. and the toe is really stiff. You also have this stainless steel slider that is replaceable, which is a nice touch. Not only does it look cool, but I mean, it's going to save your boot. If you're really into doing track days or something, I think you could use this boot on a track no problem. It's kind of set up for that. It might be on the lower side. There's more expensive boots if you're really hardcore, but the way I look at it, riding on the street, I'd rather be a little bit more protected than go the minimal way. So I figured this boot to me was a very aggressive street boot and a very minimal track boot, and that's exactly how I ride. I'll probably never get on the track, but I do like to ride fast. I do like to try and, you know, hang off the bike as much as I can. And will I ever scratch these? Probably not, but it's nice to know that they're there, and it's a little bit of added extra protection. There's 3 colors you can get these in. You know, I never know what bike I'm gonna get next, so I figured let me just get black, because I've done stupid things before and bought items to match my bike, and then, you know, 6 months, 8 months later, I don't want that bike anymore, and I'm stuck with a blue or a red or something. So I went basic black. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with these boots, and I'll put them on, and I'll take a picture of them on me on the bike, so you can kind of see what it looks like. But very nice heel cup here, you know, to protect you. So, and the grip is really good. I mean, this rubber is really, really, really grippy. So I wouldn't want to walk around on too much pavement with these. You'd probably wear these down pretty quick, but it gives a really nice feel on the bike. I mean, it's almost comparable to, you know, you feel like you're riding in a pair of tennis shoes. It's not thin, but it gives a very good feel. So I guess that's about all I got on before I do the pictures of the bike. But yeah, you know, if you're gonna ride, you know, as I get older and think about it more, you know, it's funny, you see guys on $10,000 bikes and they got tennis shoes on, and it's like, maybe you should have got the $7,000 bike and got the right equipment to go with it, you know, especially considering the speeds that these sport bikes are capable of. So that's just my thoughts as I get older, and there's other equipment that I'm going to be upgrading that I wear too. You know, I do ride with a jacket and gloves as well, but I'm looking at even better jackets than what I'm currently using now. So I'll throw in a couple pictures here of them on my foot sitting on the bike, and you can get an idea of what I'm talking about with the high rise, the high height of the bike, of the boot, I mean. Okay, so here's the first shot, and you can see what I'm talking about when you have in your position, how your pants, you know, that normally, you know, are here. Of course, the bend in your leg is going to make them ride up, and you know, this boot is going all the way up to here. So here's a view with them outside the pant, and then I'll show you a view also of them inside the pant. But you see how they have the heel that it feels really good on the bike. You know, of course, it's meant for it. So if you've never had a pair of boots, it's definitely something that once you have them, you're like, how did I ride all these years without boots that are made for what I'm doing? Okay, so here's a shot of them inside the boot, and I mean, they're just such a good looking boot. I don't know why you wouldn't want to show these off. And you can see how the flex in here for the, you know, the back and forth that you're doing. It feels really good, and without being stiff and without feeling inhibited in your movements. So